gentlemen, this is now a new video. I'm in Germany in the Hürtgenwald region near Düren, and my last videos were from Bulgaria, and when I came back I got corona, and then I was in a quarantine at home, and I'm still very tired of all this. I'm vaccinated, but I'm so tired all the time. Was 5 days in quarantine, and then negative, and then blah blah blah. Terrible disease. And now I'm here visiting a cemetery. That is the soldier cemetery Hürtgen, that was built between 1951 and 1952. And in this area here there was this horrible fight between the Americans and the Germans. The fights took place between mid-September 1944 until end February 1945, and that is we are here near the Belgium-Dutch border, and the American soldiers dubbed it the Green Hell of Hürtgen, and also called it the Death Factory. And later in the winter they called it the Hell of Icicles, and 10,000 of Americans and German soldiers died here. And I will put down a link from Wikipedia that you can read more about this horrible fight here. And this is here the war cemetery for the Germans, for the German bitte Wege benutzen, that means use the trails. That is here for the German soldiers cemetery. It's also here explained in English. Here, for example, is a grave of a Lieutenant Friedrich Lengfeld, and he gave his life while trying to save the life of an American soldier. Yes, and now I just want to walk around a little bit here and have a look. Now I have visited several American war cemeteries in Belgium. I have also made a video when I was on one of them. And here these crosses are called Doppelkreuz, double cross. And this is here for one guy, Kurt Trittin, and 5 unknown soldiers. There's not one person here on this cemetery. Yeah, the thing that makes it special, I must say, I have not been to many German war cemeteries actually, but here these double crosses. And here you can see unbekannter Soldat, unbekannter Soldat, unbekannter Soldat. That means unknown soldier. There are 3 unknown soldiers buried here. And on some gravestones there are the names of the victims. And the battles here, there's in the background there's the Hürtgen forest, the Hürtgenwald. That was the longest battle on German ground during World War II, and the longest single battle the US Army has ever fought. So that was the longest operation the Americans ever did. And the commanders were on the American side Omar Bradley and Courtney Hodges, and on the German Nazi side Walter Model. And the casualties were 55,000 US Americans died in this horrible war, and 28,000 Germans. And here on this cemetery there are 3,000 Germans buried. But from so many here they don't know who that was. Everywhere is unbekannter Soldat, unknown soldier. So probably, yeah, they could not identify them anymore. Here, Kurt Ebert, Konrad Ruhe, Wilhelm Bechtold. Some stones have names, some don't. I have another video that I will put a link below when I visited the bunkers here in the Hürtgen forest. You can also have a look at that video if you want. That is here like 15 minutes from the city of Düren. And there are no flowers here. Flowerless cemetery. Maybe later they put flowers, but I don't think so. And now here is the big cross. Yeah, the Germans are not very proud of what has happened then in the Second World War, of course. Yeah, that is the cross. And here's a lamp holder, but it's empty. Yeah, that is here the scenery of this German war cemetery. Oh, and here's a box for giving some money. They use it for the cemetery. I'll just have a look if I have money. I'll donate now. €1. Hopefully they will use it here for cleaning. Yeah, they said before on the entrance you have to stay on the track here, on the trail. But I want to have a look here. There's, I think, a photo and a candle. Bernhard Gerdes, Kunibert Holler, Michael Weiß. And here, there's a photo of the soldier who died in this horrible battle. Michael Weiß. He was born 30th of October 1910 and died 14th of February 1945 here. And so that means he got only 39. Oh God, I cannot calculate now. 34 years old. Yeah, short life for so many. I'll go back now here. Yeah, all these men here, I'm not sure if they really wanted to do that. If they really wanted to go into the war. But in this horrible Nazi system, they had to do somehow what they told them. It was a very horrible dictatorship with Hitler. Could not just say, no, I don't go, then they would probably kill you. Yeah. I'm going back to my car. Oh, in the distance there's another grave with some flower in front. But most gravestones don't have any flowers or photos. Here, this one for the unknown soldiers. There's a small flower pot. And this small hut is probably from the guy who was taking care of the cemetery. And very close to this cemetery is also the museum Hürtgenwald, 1944 und im Frieden. So 1944 and in peace, but it's temporarily closed because of the pandemic. But I've also been there, it's in my other video. It's a beautiful area here, but it's a sad history, of course. Huh? And there's the wind turbines. And with this here, the new German government, with the Greens and the Socialists and the Liberals, who are not really liberal anymore, with this energy they want to feed Germany with power. They're turning off all the nuclear power plants. I think only 3 now are on power. And then they want to give Germany power with these here windcraft things and solar energy. And you can have a look at this horrible weather here. It's so great. It's since 3 months I did almost not see the sun in Germany since November, and that is crazy. Yeah. What can I say about that? I don't want to comment that anymore. I found something interesting on Google Maps here near the cemetery, just like 5 minutes away, and I will drive there now and we will have a look at it soon. Have a look at these huge wind turbines. In Germany we call them Spargel, that means like asparagus. And if the wind is too strong, sometimes also they get destroyed by too much wind. Hey kitty cat. Viel Glück. My god, this black cat looked like my cat, and it was running in front of my car, but the camera wasn't running. So soon I'm at my destination. Here's a church. I'm almost at my destination, but I found here this monument. That is for the victims of the First World War, 1941 to 1918. No, not 1941, 1914. Jesus Christ. And the names, and also the names of the victims of the Second World War between 1939 and 1945. And victims, and that are the people who are missing. They never found them. Here's also a playground for the children and a nice area for picnic, big parking, big free parking, beautiful view. Here it's called Eifelblicke Burgberg, 363 meters over sea level, and down there is also what is that? A river. I don't know in English. Stausee. Let's say for the water reservoir. Yes, that's it. And also here, very interesting, the Heinrich Böllweg. That was a great author here from Cologne, I think. And yeah, there's an explanation about here this track that takes like 5.5. No, the water here took like 5.5 months, and you can walk around here. We are now here, and there's also a commando bunker, and I want to go now to a viewpoint. And here the US forces were fighting 1945. There's also a train, the Ruhrtalbahn here. And this whole track is 5.3 kilometers, and it's here for adults and also for families. And here's also a QR code. And there's also another walk, the Panoramaweg. Okay, very interesting. And another monument for someone who was born in Berlin 1862 and died here in Düren in 1940. And this guy here, Franz Krawutschke, made here this whole area for a place to walk around. And I want to go now to this tower here. That is a 400-meter high mountain, and was a favorite place of this guy here, Krawutschke, and it seems they have built a tower there. So, some exercise, which I badly need. Oh, I think I could not do this long tongue trail from Harald Border. I'm walking only like 5 minutes now. and I'm almost having a heart attack. Jesus Christ. And here's another grave. Paul Peternelli, rest in peace. And there I can see the tower. Wow, yeah, there I can see the tower. Whew. So here we are. Bench for sitting. Wow, I must do some more exercise. Yeah, that is a archaeological background. And here's some more information about this tower. First I need some water. Prost. Not water, it's Fanta in a water bottle. So, yeah, this is a long story. Okay. Yeah, there has been a castle before already, but it has been destroyed, and then they built this tower in 1972 here. There's nothing, so let's go up. Don't forget, I had corona 2 weeks ago, so that also makes the breathing hard. Almost up top. Wow! Oh Jesus, man! 1 minute break. So here, that is a fantastic view. This is water reservoir, and here in all these forests, the American and the German soldiers were fighting. I'm now 400 meters over sea level, and they explain here the mountains, and you can only imagine how horrible it was to walk here with guns and all this through the forests and fighting and dying, and it's an absolute nightmare. And in this direction, in 5 kilometers, there's a cemetery was before Hürtgen 4.8, and that is all the Hürtgen forest, the Hürtgenwald. So I will end my small video now here, and very interesting area here, so much history, and the nature is beautiful, and it's windy also, so the wind turbines make sense here in this area. Okay, see you, bye bye. There's some crazy statue and 2 beautiful horses. Even in the smallest villages here, you can find a Lidl or an Aldi or a Rewe supermarket. So, yeah, that is very positive, I would say. So on Google Maps, I found something else interesting. That's why I'm still filming before I already finished the movie. But I found a Jewish cemetery in Gey, Hürtgenwald. There's a part of Hürtgenwald. The street here is called Im Geyberg. So, but it's Gey with an E, not an A. It's not a Gey mountain. And there must be a Jewish cemetery here. no dogs, please. I really love Google Maps because you find so many interesting places. Oh, that is a closed Jewish cemetery, and there are 25 gravestones, 21 gravestones, and they remember the Jewish people who lived here until 1937. And 6 Jews from this area here moved to Argentina in 1937. Jesus God, today I cannot say the numbers. That must be the coronavirus side effects. And 25 Jews who stayed here in this small village. They were, after they made a horror for them here, they sent them to the concentration camp, the Nazis. And there's also the name: Siegfried Meyer, Isidor Meyer, Rosa Schwarz, Johanna Schwarz, Caroline Meyer, Fanny Meyer, Bertha Meyer, Norbert Meyer, Seligmann Meyer, and his wife Delfina. It's a beautiful name. I think if I had a daughter I would call her Delfina. And Isaac Meyer, Karl Lichtstein, Ellie Meyer, and only one survived, only Erich Meyer. And in this time he lived with his aunt in Cologne and became a carpenter. Then he worked in a factory in Czechoslovakia, and then the Gestapo could not find him. And after the Second World War, this guy came back until 1973, and in 2006 he died here in Düren. Shabbat Shalom. I have no kippah. I'm Catholic, but I'm sorry, normally I need a kippah when I go on a Jewish cemetery. Yeah, Jesus, that is a Jewish cemetery here. Yeah, I get goosebumps when I see that. I don't know, is that written in Hebrew here? Yeah, this is in Hebrew. The Star of David. And I'm walking around with my black boots and camouflage trousers. Yeah. Yes, that's the end of the cemetery. Very old gravestones, almost 100 years old. Yeah, now finally I will finish this video here. We saw the German cemetery, and here this Jewish cemetery, this viewpoint from where you can see all the Hürtgenwald forest. Yeah, it is what it is, huh? Thanks for watching. Put your thumbs up if you want. Leave a comment. Thank you very much, everybody, to my 6% female viewers and 94% male viewers. Have a nice day. See you. Bye bye. And if you want to come by public transport, you can take the bus 286. Get out at Forsthaus Hubertushöhe, and on the other side is the cemetery. And from here you can go to Düren. And here, this is the extremely ugly city of Düren. Düren was almost completely destroyed in the Second World War. And then they rebuilt it after that. But I find it is an extremely ugly city. And 1 liter of benzene costs meanwhile almost €2. Diesel 1.65 for 1 liter. That is like $2.50 almost for 1 liter of benzene. Crazy. And we have the highest energy prices in the whole world now. The highest electricity prices in the whole world in Germany. Because we want to save the nature here. We want to save the world. That's why they put so much tax on it. 1.65 for diesel. That is more than 3 Deutschmark. That is absolutely insane. Kingston Town. I really wish I could be now in Kingston Town. Maybe one day.